If James Naismith could step from out of the past, he might still be carrying the old peach basket and kickball that he used to invent the game now known as basketball. It was on a winter's day in 1891 that Naismith nailed the peach basket onto the gymnasium wall in the old YMCA building and found a way for his kids to enjoy being inside on a gray winter's day in Massachusetts. One thing for sure, he would be quite surprised to see what the old peach basket looks like now, and amazed that his game at the Y had become a worldwide phenomenon. Another phenomenon that came out of basketball was the great coach at UCLA, John Wooden. UCLA, always a powerhouse, was even stronger during the Wooden years from 1948 to 1976. During those years, Wooden developed some of the top basketball talent in the world. Three such talents, Bill Walton, Walt Hazzard, and Greg Lee, are still very involved with the game of basketball. Walt Hazzard, now a coach, was rated nationally as the best player of the year while at UCLA, and he dominated the professional ranks for many years with his superior basketball skills. Greg Lee, one of UCLA's all-stars, is now coaching basketball in San Diego, California, and teaches summer training camps with partner Bill Walton. Bill Walton has been a superstar since his early days at UCLA and is now the reigning center for the San Diego Clippers of the NBA.
I think one of the most important things that kids get out of the participation in the game of basketball is a sense of self-worth and a sense of really being part of a team. It's imperative that the kids learn to play within the context of a team, to get along with their teammates, both on and off the court. And they have to, of course, learn a very clear sense of what is allowed and what is not allowed, much as they need to learn that in life. And that's one of the most important things of participation in the game of basketball at a young age, is that you learn discipline. You learn what you can do and what you can't do. And I think that one of the things that's happening is too many kids now are trying to be too individualistic and try to be fancy and try to make the showboat play. And I think it's very, very important that kids all over, they try and do what is fundamentally correct, what they know is what is supposed to be done on the basketball court. And if they will just stick to that context and try and be very self-disciplined, the teams will reflect that discipline and their teams will be more effective.
Good basic basketball position begins this way. We want our feet shoulder width apart. We want to be bent at the knees. We want to drop our hips. We want to be bent at the hips. But we want our head and chin up and want our head centered directly between our 2 feet. This is good basic position. As far as our feet go, the weight of our feet is on the balls of our feet with our heels slightly touching the floor. This is a strong position for both ends of the basketball court. We can play defense from this position, and we can also play offense. And this is the position we want to end up in when we have the ball. Greg, let's get you to come up and give us jump stops. He's going to come forward. He's going to land with both feet hitting the floor at the same time. Okay, so he's in good balance, and once again, he's back in our same basic basketball position. Let's do it again, please, Greg. Good sound bass, chin up. It's very important to have the chin up. We don't want the head forward. If the head is forward, then our balance is going forward. The position of the head is very, very, very important. Let's get a young man to come here and try it. Okay, you landed, you have your feet too far apart, and you landed with your left foot hitting the floor first. Now let's start off with our basic position. Stand here, and this is where you want to end up. Feet shoulder width apart, bend at the knees, bend at the hips, and your chin is up. Get your hands above the waist. Get your hands above the waist. That'll help you to maintain your balance. Okay, and let's go back and come forward and see if you can make the same stop. Both feet hitting at the same time. Okay, you landed on your heels that time. You should land on the balls of your feet, and your heels should help to cushion the stop. Let's go again, one more time. That's better. That's much better. You have to work on keeping your feet shoulder width apart and not any farther. We'll get Bill Walton to come out now. And he'll show us about the pivots and turns from that position. He can do a reverse pivot either way. He can do an outside turn, going either way. Now, Bill, I want you to go a couple steps, come make a jump stop and a reverse pivot. That's very good. And the reason we make a jump stop with both feet hitting the floor at the same time is so that we will not travel with the basketball. Let's go again, Bill. Now he has a choice of pivot feet. He can decide which foot he wants to use when he lands on the floor. One more time, please, Bill. He has a choice of pivot feet. And notice that when he stops, he doesn't stand straight up. He keeps himself in a good, strong basketball position. This is a triple threat position. You can do anything from this position. Greg, let's come out and demonstrate the change of pace, change of direction. And let's go through it real slow to start with. He's going to go like he's going to the right. He's going to plant his foot and go in the other direction. Now he's going to change and go the other way. What's very important in this situation is that he does not lean with his head. That he just plant that. That's leaning, they're off balance now. We always want to have our head centered. There you go, that's excellent. And those are short steps. He's not leaning, he's not taking a real wide step. He's taking a short step and exploding in the opposite direction. Excellent. Very good. Now let's get the young lady to come out and try that for us. Yeah, that's good, but you're leaning with your head too much. And when you go in that direction, you're leaning that way. Keep your head centered and just use your feet. There you go, that's better, that's better, that's better. Let's get you to come out and try that too. Very good. Get that chin up. Remember, you got to keep your head in good balance. Plant, okay, not bad, not bad. Let's go again. Now, I want you to plant and push off of that other foot. Plant and push off the foot. There you go. Now push going in the other direction. Okay, not bad, not bad.
It's important to start from a good triple threat position. Weight balanced. Keep your head straight up and plant your feet. Remember not to lean with your head. The triple threat position means head up, hands above your waist, weight balanced. Always land on the balls of your feet and keep your knees bent. It's important to master this fundamental because it leads to so much more in the game of basketball.
Now, when we have the basketball, there's several things we want to keep in mind. Once again, we're going back to our basic body position where we're bent at the ankles, bent at the knees, we drop our hips, our chin is up, we keep our elbows out. Okay, we have our hands spread across the ball with the heel of our hand is not on the basketball. Okay, and we keep the ball under our chin. We do not drop it down to our waist because it takes away from our position. This is called a triple threat position. From here, we can shoot the basketball, we can pass the basketball, and we can dribble the basketball. So this is a basic position, triple threat. Okay, Greg, we want you to come forward and make a jump stop so that we can show the importance of our footwork. Lands with both feet at the same time, okay? And he makes the good pivots and his chin is up again. Okay, now we'll talk about the dribble. When we dribble the basketball, we want to keep our elbow close to the body. Once again, we're in the same position. Our chin is up so that we can see the court. Okay, we're in a strong position. Our weight is on the balls of our feet. The hand that you're dribbling the ball with, that elbow is close to the body. And a good rule is that we protect the basketball with our body. If a man is on our left, we protect the ball with the left side of our body at all times. It's very important as young athletes that we learn to dribble the ball with both hands. When you look at the hand position on the ball, the hand is spread over the ball, okay, and we do not touch the ball with the heel of our hand. And what we're doing is we're playing catch with the floor. Most of the time, basically, the ball will not dribble above waist high. We will not dribble the ball above waist high. We're playing catch with the floor. Okay, let's get a young man to come out and assume the triple threat position. Come up here. Okay, that's not bad. We want you to start there now. We want the ball under your chin. Okay, the ball is too low. From that position, if you wanted to make a pass, it's still too low. From that position, if you wanted to make a pass, the first thing you'd have to do is bring the ball up. So we want to start with the ball there. Okay, you got your chin up, your eyes ahead so you can see the play. Okay? Now, when we have the ball, we do not have the ball sitting right there in front of our defender. We move the ball around so that the defender, if he reaches for it, we have it protected. Okay, now, from this position, you can shoot the ball. Come on, get into position. We can shoot the ball. Okay? We can pass the ball. Okay? Or we can dribble the ball. Okay, now let's talk about the dribble. Let's see you in the dribble position. Keep your elbow close to the body. All right, we're playing catch with the floor. Let me say this, stop the dribble. This part of the game of basketball is probably the most abused part of the game. People will catch the ball, and first thing they do is put it on the floor. Give me the ball. If I throw you the ball and you put it on the floor, put it on the floor. Now pick it up. We no longer have the triple threat position. You are no longer a triple threat. If you're 30 feet from the basket, you cannot advance the ball. So one rule that we always try to make clear is that when you receive the ball, you do not put it on the floor. You take a look at your basket. Okay, get in that position again. Okay, now the ball's too low. The ball's too low. A good defender will rake that ball away from you. Now let's pretend that you have a defender in front of you. Okay, if he's in front, now you see you dribbled the ball. You took away the triple threat. Okay, all we want you to do is to move the ball around and still keep your head looking forward so you can see the play in front of you. There you go. Good footwork. Good footwork. Good, good. Don't, see, you brought the ball down here again. Keep the ball up. Keep it up and have a good, strong, firm grip. Don't want the heels of your hand to touch the basketball. All right, let's go back there and come up and make a jump stop. That's good. That's good. That way we know that you will not travel with the basketball.
Use the triple threat position even when you have the ball. Keep the ball under your chin. You must keep the dribbling elbow close to your body. Keep your chin up so you can see the court. Protect the ball with your body and bounce the ball waist high. Always use your fingers and not the heel of your hand. Learn to dribble with both hands. Dribbling is an important part of ball control, and without that, you can't win.
Passing and receiving, we're going to start off with a two-handed chest pass. We're going to spread our hands around over the ball without putting the heels of our hands on the ball. We're going to keep the ball up high, under our chin, around the shoulder area. We're going to step toward the target. We try to put the ball in the area where it can be received by the receiver. If the ball goes to the right side of the body, we're going to block it with the right hand and tuck it with the left hand. You should step toward the target. When you release the ball, you should have a snap of the wrist on the end so that the backs of your hands face each other and the thumbs are down on the floor. If you do that, you will notice that there's a natural rotation on the ball. Now we're going to talk about the bounce pass. Bounce pass should be thrown about 2/3 of the distance toward the target with reverse spin so that when the ball hits the floor, it will come up with a little bit of ease. It will not have top spin on it, because top spin will make the ball jump off of the floor. When you throw a bounce pass, the ball should come up about waist high.
For the chest pass, step toward your target and snap the ball with your wrists so that the backs of your hands face each other. Keep your palms off the ball. The bounce pass starts the same as the chest pass, but the ball should hit the floor about 2/3 of the way to your target. Put reverse spin on the ball so it doesn't jump off the floor. The ball should come up at waist level.
Okay, let's get 2 students to come out and try it. Remember to step toward the target. And one thing about basketball, you should always have your hands up ready to receive the ball. Hands up and fingers open. Throw the ball. It's always the passer's responsibility to get the ball to the receiver. Keep throwing. Step toward the target, snap the wrist at the end. Ball's thrown to your right side, block it with your right hand and tuck it with your left. Okay, bounce pass. Throw the ball about 2/3 of the distance toward the receiver. Ball should come to the waist. Remember to spread your fingers now. You have your palms on the ball. Get your palms off the ball. Keep it up on the fingertips and in the upper area of your hands. Push it out. That's a good one. Good. Should come about waist high. That's a good one. Good one. Excellent. Okay, thank you. Let's get 2 more out here, please. Come on. Remember to step toward the target and alternate feet. Sometimes step toward the target with your left foot, another time with the right foot. Let's pass. Snap on the end. Let's have a snap on the end so the backs of your hands face each other. Hands up all the time. Ready to receive the ball. Hands above the waist and fingers open. Snap the ball so you have some reverse spin on it. All right, try the bounce pass. 2/3 of the distance toward the target. Ball should come about waist high. 2/3 of the distance toward the target.
Not down, out.
Out. There you go. That's much better. This is a drill called monkey in the middle. And we're going to work on getting the ball beyond the defender. And we do that by keeping the ball in close to our body and extending a lot of ball fakes, head fakes, to try to get the ball through the defender. We do not pass over him, we pass by him or through him. Fake up and pass the ball under his arm. A good area to throw the ball is by a man's ear, because he will definitely move his head. Okay, the fakes are short fakes. They're not really exaggerated. They're not really extended. And we keep the ball moving so the defender does not know when or where you're going to pass the ball, but we want to get the ball through him. Okay, let's get 2 students out here to work on this and get someone in the middle. Okay, good body position, good body, but don't bring the ball down low. Okay, see, you just pass it right into his hand. You got the ball too low. Keep the ball up high, get in your good, strong position. Good, strong position. Knees bent, the ball moving. Don't wait, you're moving the ball too much. Good, short, crisp fakes. Keeping it moving, keeping it moving. Okay, let's get 2 more.
Keep going over top. My hands are up.
You go in the middle, Eddie. Okay, here we go. Keep your head up. You're leaning too much with your head. We're in triple threat position. Okay, fake over and pass under. Fake under and pass over. There you go. Keep it moving. Be quick. You have to be quicker with the ball. Be quick. Yeah, there you go. Moving quickly. Be quick. Be quick. Be quick. Be quick. Be quick, but don't rush. Okay, excellent job. Excellent. Excellent.
During the course of a basketball game, each and every player has to be able to fundamentally execute certain plays during that game to take advantage of mismatch situations. The situation that we're going to describe right now is where I, as the offensive player, am bigger and stronger, but not as quick as the defensive player, Sean, here. Now, my main goal is to get the ball to the hoop, execute my offensive play without letting him take advantage of his quickness by crowding me. Now, the way I do that is, as I'm protecting the ball in this situation here, I never let Sean reach in and attack that ball. Now, what I want to do is keep my rear end on Sean the entire time as I'm making the play. And I do that by using my elbows. I always keep Sean in between my elbows. As I go from side to side, I never let him come all the way around. If he comes around that way, I'm gone to the hoop to make the basket, all right? If he goes the other way, I have to be able to roll using my elbows, breaking him down, backing him down until I'm ready to make my play. So I'm going to receive the ball, and then I'm going to make my move on Sean. But now, Sean's a quicker player, so I want him to be uptight on me, right? Now, if he decides that he wants to stand back and not guard me up close, I've got to take up the slack on him. I want to use my size and my strength to counteract his quickness. So I'll receive the ball. Now I want to make my play. He's back on me.
All right, it's very important that the center in this situation start with a good 2-footed stop.
that he is in the triple threat position. You'll notice that each time that Bill initiates one of these moves, regardless of the direction in which he's going to pivot and then drive, he is starting his move from a good triple threat position, ready to pivot in either direction and take advantage of the mistake that the defensive player makes.
Remember to keep close to the defender and try to keep him between your elbows.
And this time I'll receive the ball a little bit further out and try to work my way back in to the basket. And each time I'll show that I'm keeping my man in between my elbows all the time.
Okay, it's very important to note that as Bill makes his pivot each time to eventually turn to the hoop and shoot, that he maintains a very wide base as he turns. It's a very big mistake that a lot of young basketball players make, is to play the game too narrowly. If you're too narrow, then it's too easy for the defense to crowd you and dictate the position you get on the court.
Why don't we bring Norman out to go and have Sean go against Norman?
Okay, now, Sean, you've got the advantage. You're bigger and stronger than he is, okay? So what are the things you're going to try and do? You're going to try and use your size and strength on him, okay?
Okay, the first thing you did, right away you turned and faced him, right? We talked about when you got the slower man, you don't want to be in here because you can't, I mean, when this man is quicker, you can't drive by him as easily, right? You want to keep your back to him, right? If you have to back in like this, and then you make your move either way. All right? Don't turn and face him. Good job.
Work your way into the basket. Don't turn to face the defender when he's faster than you are.
Very important to emphasize the difference between pivoting wide and maintaining a good wide base and throwing your elbows. Throwing your elbows is very illegal, liable to get you in trouble with the refs and your coach. Just maintain a good wide base.
The next thing I want to emphasize on this point is when you get the man leaning one way, it's always best to come back the other way. If you get him leaning in this way, come back and shoot with the opposite hand.
Remember, get your opponent leaning one way and then go the other. When you master that, you're on your way to playing a much better game of basketball. Let's review what we've learned. Remember the triple threat position. Weight balanced, head up, knees bent, arms above your waist. When you dribble, keep your dribbling elbow close to your body. Protect the ball with your body. Bounce the ball waist high. Dribble with your fingers. Don't let the heel of your hand touch the ball. For the chest pass, step toward your target and snap the ball with your wrists so that the backs of your hands face each other. For the bounce pass, the ball should hit about 2/3 of the way to your target. Put reverse spin on the ball and make sure it comes in at waist level. When you're bigger and stronger than your opponent, stay close and don't turn toward him. Get him leaning one way and then go the other.
One of the most important plays in the game of basketball is the basic give and go. Here you see me making the pass to Bill and exploding straight to the basket. You push off the outside foot at the instant that you see that your man is relaxed and convert the layup opportunity by going straight to the basket. This is a play that can be run from several different spots on the floor. It's not just effective from the guard position. It's important that you practice it from all over the basketball court. Here you see Bill from the center position passing out and then cutting to the opening in the middle of the key. The timing is the key to this play. Another of the most important plays in basketball is the backdoor cut. Bring your man a step farther away from the basket, push off the outside foot, and cut in a straight line to the basket. Here you see a student executing the backdoor cut on Bill. Very important that you convert that opportunity before the defense has time to react. It's a very fast-hitting, quick action play. And once again, timing is the key. You can't make your cut too early or too late.
Basketball has grown by leaps and bounds since it began in that YMCA, but the object of the game is still the same: to put the ball through the hoop.
Offensive play is not just the fun of the game, but a great challenge. Bill Walton, Greg Lee, and I are going to help you with this challenge.
Offense in basketball, like offense in any, has one purpose: to score. Bill Walton, Walt Hazzard, and Greg Lee were all outstanding stars at UCLA and have gone on to bigger things. But the basics they learned from their college coach, the legendary John Wooden, are as true today as they were years ago.
As an overall philosophy, I believe in success. And the definition of success, as I understand it, is the self-satisfaction based on the knowledge that we knew that we did the very best that we could do at whatever the task was. Basketball is just a small part of life, but it can tell you and teach you lessons that will prepare you for the real world. Nothing is substitute for hard work. For me to develop as a basketball player, I had to spend many hours on the court alone, working on my shot, working on my dribble, working on my footwork, working on my defensive sliding. And the end result was that I was an excellent player. When I went to UCLA, I was a good player out of high school. But because of the fundamental training that I received from John Wooden, I became College Player of the Year, which meant that I was the best player in the nation. And it was a great feeling. So if you want to achieve success, you must pay the price. We always tell our players, you must pay the cost to be the boss. And that means hard work. In shooting the basketball, we start again with our good body position, with our feet shoulder width apart, bent at the knees, bent at the hips, our chin is up. We have the ball under our chin. The hand position on the basketball, if you're a right-handed shooter, you have your right hand spread on the basketball with the ball not falling on the palm or down on the heel of the hand. We have our right elbow in close to the body, pointed straight down to the floor. What is very important about shooting is that the shot starts in the legs. We're going to start the shot in the legs. We're going to go down, straight up, and follow through. It's very critical. It's important that we keep our chin up. Again, it's important for our chin to be up because it maintains our balance. Remember, young people, to start the shot in the leg, straight up, and follow through as if you're reaching over the rim into the basket. And the finger next to your thumb is the last thing that touches the basketball. Another good tip is that when you shoot the basketball, that when you take the basketball to shoot it, that you turn the seam sideways. You have the seams going across you. And that way you'll get good rotation on the ball. Elbow close to the body, start the shot in the leg, straight down, straight up, and follow through. That is good technique in basketball. We don't want to fade, we don't want to fall back. If anything, we want to lean forward just a little bit as if we're going in behind the shot. Straight down, straight up, and follow through with the lean a little bit toward the basket. Okay, let's get you to come out, young man, and to try the shot. Go around. Okay, let's get good hand position on the basketball. You have the ball down on your heels. Okay, let's get it up on your fingertips more. Okay, you guys still have it on the heel of your hand, on your right hand. All right, you have your left leg turned wrong. Let's get your leg turned forward. Let's get in that good position. Your feet are spread too far apart. Bring your feet shoulder width apart. Okay, bring the ball in close to your body. Okay, elbow close to your body. Get that chin up, chin up. Look at the target up ahead. The target is up 10 feet from the basket. Go straight down, straight up, and follow through. Okay, you need to learn to square your body to the basket. Turn your shoulders so they're flat to the basket. You have your body turned to the side too much. Okay, now get the ball in closer to your chin. Okay, you have your hands wrong. Get that ball off the heel of your hand. This hand, the left hand, is just there to make sure that the ball does not fall. Okay, get in that strong position. Triple threat position, the triple threat position. Straight down, straight up, and follow through. Let's go, you come on and try. Okay, elbow close to the body. All right, let's get in that good triple threat position. You have your left foot back too far. Let's have the toe of your left foot about equal to the arch of your right foot. Okay, shoulder width apart. Spread shoulder width apart. Okay, elbow close to the body. Your right elbow's close, pointed straight down to the floor, perpendicular to the floor. All right, cock your wrist, pull your wrist back. All right, straight down, straight up, and follow through. That's good. Remember that the finger next to your thumb is the last thing that should touch the ball, and your follow through should be down, as if you're reaching down into the basket. Okay, let's get into that position again. Elbow close to the body, your elbows pointed straight down to the floor, you're bent at the knees, your chin is up, your eyes are looking ahead, okay, your wrist is cocked, the ball is not down on the heel of your hand, straight down, straight up, and follow through. Reaching into the basket. Okay, let's get the big fella out here. Come on, let's see that good-looking shot. All right, let's get the hand spread on the ball properly. It's not down on the heels. Okay, you're in good, strong triple threat position. Okay, the shot starts in the legs, straight down, straight up, and follow through. Not bad. That's not bad. That's a pretty good-looking shot. Let's make sure that we get the proper rotation. Remember to turn the seams when you get the ball so they're going across. There you go. Okay, get the ball off the heel of your hand, elbow close to the body. All right, your elbows pointed straight down to the floor. Start the shot in the leg, straight down, straight up, and follow through with good follow through with the hand.
Here you can see this player's foot too far back, his shoulders not square to the basket, and the heel of his hand on the ball. This is much better. If you can learn to shoot this way, you'll score a lot more points.
Now we're going to talk about a very important part of the game, and that's putting the ball in the basket. We're going to talk about a few of the shots that are primarily used today in the game of basketball. First is the jump shot. Very important for us to understand that we're, again, in our strong body position, good balance, chin up, elbow close to the body, our wrist is cocked, hand spread over the ball so that the palm and the heel of the hand is not on the ball. And when we shoot the ball, we begin the shot in the leg, straight down, straight up, and follow through. Straight down, straight up, and follow through. It's very important that we have our shoulders turned to the basket so that we're square and facing the basket right on. Okay, Greg, come from the angle, bring your inside foot, and bring your shoulders around so that you're square to the basket, straight down, straight up, and follow through. Let's do it one more time. Straight down, straight up, and follow through after squaring up. Let's get you come in and shoot a jumper. Step right up. Straight down, straight up, and follow through. Shooting a good shot. When you get to the peak of the jump, you should release the ball. Let's go. All right, let's get you to come in from the side and square up, get your shoulders turned around. Straight up, straight down, and follow through. One more time. Turn that inside foot, bring your shoulders around, good balance, straight up, straight down, straight up, and follow through. Let's bring a young lady in. Remember, you're going to start the shot in your legs. Elbow close to the body, pointed straight down. Okay, straight down, straight up, and follow through. Good looking shot. Let's go again. Straight down, straight up, and follow through. Reach into the basket. Good looking shot. All right, let's come from the side. Quickly. Turn the inside foot, bring your shoulders around, straight down, straight up, and follow through. One more time. Turn your shoulders around, straight down, straight up, and follow through.
Notice how Greg squares his shoulders to the basket.
Greg, let's come down on this box here. This is a shot that I feel is very important for young people to learn because you do not have to be very accurate. We're going to shoot a bank shot. We're going to try to hit that part of the side of the box up there about 6 inches above the basket. Going straight down, straight up, and follow through. This is a shot that's a good shot for you to learn because you do not have to be extremely accurate. You can be off a couple of inches. Let's get a shooter out here to try that shot. Good job, Greg. Okay, you're going to aim for the side of the square, about 6 inches above the basket. Okay, come on, you got to get the side of the square, the side of the square, the side closest to you. There you go. One more time. Straight down, straight up, and follow through. Side of the square. Very good job. Excellent. Okay, Bill is going to demonstrate for us the layup. You're going to notice that he's going to lay the ball up on the glass. He's going to plant. When he goes in for the shot, he goes straight up. He's not broad jumping, but he's going to plant his foot and go straight up and lay the ball off of the glass. He does not slap the backboard as the young people do today. He goes straight up, lays the ball on the glass, and down in the basket. Even though he's big enough to dunk the ball, he would prefer to lay the ball on the glass because it's a 99% shot. At least that's what it should be. Let's get you to come in and shoot some layups. Okay, you took off too far. You should plant and go straight up and lay it up on the glass. That's good. That's good. One more time. You should jump off of the left foot. Left foot. If you're shooting with the right hand, you should jump off the left foot. Shooting with the left hand, you should jump off the right foot. And we should become adept at shooting the ball with either hand going to the basket. If you're coming in from the left side, you should be able to put the ball in the basket with your left hand coming off of the right leg. Coming off of the right leg. We should all be able to do this.
Remember to plant your foot and go straight up. Lay the ball on the glass. Practice a lot so you can shoot with either hand.
Okay, we're going to have Bill to shoot some hooks. With a hook, he turns, it takes a step to the basket, and the follow-through motion is still the same. He's got his left shoulder pointed directly at the basket. Always starts with a jump stop so that he can decide which foot he wants to use to pivot off. And I'm sure that Bill spent many days working on this shot, reaching over into the basket. Another thing that you must be aware of when you're shooting a hook is the offhand. A lot of people get called for an offensive foul for swinging that elbow. Keep that other elbow close to the body. Notice he starts with jump stops, turn into the basket. Let's get someone out here to try to shoot the hook shot. And this is I think one of the most difficult shots to shoot. Okay, you want to plant that left foot and come up toward the basket, reaching into the basket. There you go. Excellent shot. Excellent shot.
Don't drop the ball down here, though.
Do it again.
Keep it up here all the time. Good?
Very good.
Start the hook shot with a jump stop so you can pivot with either foot. Turn, step to the basket. The follow-through is the same as the other shots. Don't start the hook shot with a dribble. Always use the triple threat position. You can practice these shots by yourself or with a friend. And when you get the hang of it, you can end up like this.
Many times on the basketball court, you're confronted with a defensive player who is making it hard for you to get your shot off. And therefore, to be an effective part of the offense, you want to use your teammates and have your teammates help you in order to get free to get a shot. Okay, one of the most basic plays in basketball is called the block and roll. Okay, and Bill and I are going to go through some of the basics of trying to use your man to set a screen so that you can get open to get the shot.
Now, from the screening standpoint, the most important concept is to screen the man. If Eddie is guarding Greg, I want to set an effective screen, so I have to come up and set the screen on the man. Don't set the screen on a position, set the screen on the man, and you want to have his shoulder hit you right in the middle of the chest. You want to make his shoulder come right into the center of your chest by setting an effective screen this way, and you must protect yourself in the groin area and across the chest with your arms. Now, to set the screen, you must come up from away from the ball into your two-footed stop that we've talked about so much in this program, and protect yourself with your arms. And after the player comes off, you must roll, open yourself up to the ball, you get it, and you score with it on the roll. All right? Now we'll execute it in live action. Why don't we have Sean and Norman go against, Eddie and Norman go against Sean and his partner here, Rob. Sean, you're setting the screen.
Okay, initially now you want to be able to set up that screen. You've got to set up your man to run into the screen by making a more legitimate fake. Slow down. Don't try and do things when you're trying to learn the fundamentals. Don't try to do them too quickly and too fast. Okay? You want to try and make a fake, make him play you to stop you from going to your right, to set up the screen coming back to your left in this instance.
If he doesn't play you, take him all the way to the hoop this way. Okay, that time, Sean set a very effective screen, came up, and he screened Eddie here. Come on, Eddie, you're up here. And the screen was set this way, it was a perfect screen, and Sean rolled this way. Now, always open up to the ball. It's that same pivot we talked about in denying the ball defensively. Now we're on offense. We've screened here and open up and see the ball. This guard player has to come right off the screen. Should be no room to get through. All right, let's run it again. Best
okay, nice
basketball,
move, Norman. Okay, that's the basic rule of basketball, playing offensive basketball. You take what the defense gives you. If they don't take away the easy move, then you just take it.
Sean.
Okay, once again, Sean, you turned your back. Okay, it's imperative that you open up toward the ball after the screen.
Here you can see the screen is set fine. But the man turns the wrong way instead of opening up to the ball.
The screen is set here. Now when you roll to keep him on your back so that you get the ball out in front of you and you make your play at the basket.
It serves a dual purpose to keep him behind you and also so that you are seeing the ball. You can see the pass. Don't jump to pass in the game of basketball. You jump to shoot and to rebound. You don't jump to pass.
Norman,
let him go to the right.
Start in the triple threat position, okay? You're here, right? You're looking to go right. You're looking to go right. He stopped you that way. Then you wait for the screen comes. It's at that point, then you go right. At that point, okay? You're leaving before the screen ever comes. Start here in a triple threat position. If he jumps back that way, then you go to the hoop. If he doesn't, you use the screen and you go off tight. Be patient.
Set the screen on the man, not the position. Protect yourself with your arms and then open up to the ball.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the defense now, okay? Greg and I are going to guard Norman and Sean, who are going to execute this play against us. Most important thing from a defensive standpoint is communication between the two players on defense. right? Now, as Greg and I are guarding these guys, he can't talk as he's guarding the man with the ball. But I have to be in my defensive position here, denying the ball here, and communicating to Greg as to where my man is. All right, we'll do live action. I'll let Greg know wherever my man is. Play on. Come on, upright, upright. Switch. Okay. Let's walk through it here. After the screen is set and Norman has come off, Greg yells switch, I have to jump out right away, all right? To jump out and attack the ball and slow him down. I can't just drop back and give him the jump shot. Live action again. Upright, upright. You're through. I don't know, Norman. Big O puts that one down pretty well. Robert, why don't you guard Sean?
It's imperative. All right, nice lob pass, but when you're trying to learn these basic fundamentals, it's imperative that you don't try to move too quickly, too fast, too early.
To defend the screen, set up and switch men. Jump out to get your new man.
All right, Ed, let Bill play defense, okay? From the guard point of view on defense, okay? Once the screen has been set, okay? Let's slow down, let's do this slow motion now. Your first goal, Norman, come back here. Set the screen, okay? You want to try all the time to get over the top and stay with your man. You want to throw simultaneously your lead leg and your right shoulder and arm through to slide through, okay? If, however, the screen is set so well that you can't get through, that's when the communication is essential, and Rod, you have to deflect that man wide and not let him penetrate, and give Bill time enough to retreat and cover Sean underneath. Okay, let's just walk through it one time with Bill playing defense. Okay, great play on defense, but Rod, you didn't say one word, okay? The key to defensing not just the block and roll, but defensing all basketball plays is communication, okay? You've got to talk. All right, nice recovery by Bill. Eddie, that's terrible defense. All right, come on now. You've got to be overplayed to his right. He's a right-handed player. You've got to deny the right. There you go. Oh. Very late on the pass, Norman. You shouldn't have to come to a total stop to make the pass.
This man allows the ball to go to the strong side, and the offensive man drives directly to the basket. Now look at Bill as he positions himself properly. Now you see clearly that the player was not in proper position. The most important thing to learn about this is that communication is the key to successful defense. Let's review what we've learned in this program. Remember to start a shot with your legs. Keep your elbows in and follow through as if you are reaching over the rim of the basket. The index finger is the last thing to touch the ball. Always square your shoulders to the basket. Turn the seams sideways so you get good rotation on the ball. For the bank shot, aim at the side of the square on the backboard about 6 inches above the basket. For the layup, plant, go straight up, lay the ball on the glass. The hook shot should always start with a jump stop. Turn, step to the basket, and follow through. Set your screen on the man, not the position, and then open up to the ball. Here's a drill you can practice by yourself. This will help you develop a good hook shot. When you start out, stay very close to the basket. Shoot with both hands to get the feel of the ball. Use the backboard. Gradually work your way out from the basket. If it seems difficult, don't worry. It takes a long time to master the hardest shot in basketball. To play the game, to win the game, you must master the mechanics of shooting. And like other skills, this can only be done with practice.
Becoming a complete player can only be achieved by learning defense. In this segment, Bill Walton and Greg Lee will help to improve your defensive play.
Basketball is a 50-50 game. 50% offense, 50% defense. If you're not on the one, you're on the other. For basketball experts like Bill Walton, Walt Hazzard, and Greg Lee, the game is more than just a physical exercise. It's an intricately woven game held together by the thread of teamwork.
Okay, one of the most important factors in determining whether or not a team wins or loses a basketball game is who controls the boards, who controls the rebounding. And we're fortunate up here to have Bill, who's one of the best rebounders in the history of the game, and we'll just go over the basic fundamentals of rebounding as he's doing the kids be taking shots. Okay, why don't you just get started, Mary? All right, you'll see that as the shot goes up, one of the most important things is to assume that the shot is going to be missed. All right? Don't assume that the shot is going to go in. You have to be ready for any bounce that the ball might take. Also notice Bill's body position, okay?
Start out high and go to the hoop.
He starts out away from the basket and is jumping into the basket to get the rebound. He's not trapping himself down underneath the basket. All right? Roughly 70 to 80% of the shots that are shot and missed in a basketball game will be rebounded on the opposite side of the basket. So you can see Bill is positioning himself ready to rebound on the right side, since these shots are being taken on the left side of the court. It's important to always keep your elbows up and to keep a wide base and to establish that position as you go into rebound. And you'll see that when Bill goes to get that ball, he goes and grabs the ball with two hands and brings it down to that triple threat position underneath the chin. You should not try to gesticulate wildly and bring the ball down to your knees.
Okay, get the ball out in front of you each time, all right? Get it out in front of you. Hands up. You're catching the ball here. I want you to catch it up at the peak of your jump and out in front of you every time. Good, all right, very good. Next, let's get Eddie in here to try it. Come on, Eddie, be ready. Anticipate every miss. Anticipate every miss. There you go, very good. Bring it down, tuck it right underneath the chin every time. Hands up, ready. Watch the ball, watch the flight of the ball. Very good, best one. Good landing. Excellent. Okay, next, let's go, Rob. Hands up to start with. See that ball? Good job. Height of the jump. Get the ball out in front of you. All right. Don't drop the ball to the floor when you catch it. Keep it right underneath the chin. There you go. Now land and pivot back up court with it. Good, okay.
This student is making several fundamental mistakes. First, he's catching the ball with only one hand. Second, he mistimed his jump. And third, he did not keep the triple threat position. See how low the ball is? Now watch this player. Both hands are up. He catches the ball with two hands at the top of his jump, and he brings the ball down and under his chin. Assume the shot will be missed. Position yourself properly and use the basics, and you'll be able to move the ball to your end of the court more often.
Okay, one of the most important things about defensive basketball is just being able to assume the correct body balance, the correct position. Bill, why don't you just get out here and get in position. You'll note that he's bent very much like the triple threat position in offense, except he doesn't have the ball. Okay, you've got to get your butt down and bend at every single joint, but with your head up. A big mistake is that too many players get bent over, let their weight fall forward, and they're out of balance. You can't play good defense unless you're in proper balance. Okay, Rob, why don't you get out here and play some offense against Bill?
Now, when I'm going to guard Rob here, the most important thing for me to do is to maintain the correct distance from him. If I'm too far away, I can't deny anything that he wants to do. If I'm too close, it's too easy for him to go around me. So the most important thing for me to do is to judge that distance, that accurate distance. And I found that it's most important to reach out, be able to reach out with your near arm and touch him right in the chest all the time, right? Be able to reach out, and that's the correct distance. If he moves forward on me, I've got to move back and always maintain that distance, okay? Now, if he backs up, I've got to slide with him, right? Now, in playing defensive basketball, it's crucial that one never crosses their feet. There's a term that we use called defensive sliding, and that is a technique, a defensive technique, where one is constantly moving all around the court. You can step back here, Rob. Constantly moving all around the court, not jumping up and down, but the head stays at the same level all the time, being able to make any move that is required at any time, including jumping straight up in the air without bouncing up and down, all right? Still being able to reach out and touch the man at all times, all right?
Okay, so Rob, why don't you just come and do some just quick offensive moves against him, and you'll notice that Bill tries to keep his feet about shoulder width apart, okay? He never brings his feet too close together or lets himself get too far apart. All right, so just go within a confined area here. Okay? All right, fine, come back here, Rod. When playing individual defense against a man that has the ball, it's essential that you're aware of whether that man can go to his right or left with equal ease. If he's right-handed, as a rule, he's going to be a player that goes to his right a little bit better. And so you should compensate defensively by overplaying at least a half step in that direction to force him to go toward his weaker hand or in the weaker direction.
And by taking away a strong hand means coming up on the side of the ball, right? Not allowing him to come to this side, the side that he wants to use, by cutting off any angle and opening up an angle to his weak hand. So we'll do that now. Rob will start in the triple threat position, and I'll guard him here.
You've got the ball underneath your chin. Keep the ball underneath your chin. He's guarding you, trying to make you go to the left. Protect that ball. You better move it or he'll take it. All right, so take a dribble to your left.
That's not a triple threat position. Now, come on. Never start like that, right? And the foot starts forward. There we go. Okay. There we go.
All right. Guy comes over. All right, he stays
now, if he drives on me, I've got to
take a dribble with the left. All right. Good job. Okay, so Bill is making him drive to his left or his weaker hand, his weaker direction. Okay, let's do it one more time.
Again, I can reach out and always touch him, right? Always touch him in the chest if I have to. And he scores.
Nice shot, nice shot. Okay, how about having Bobby, you come out and play some offense, and how about Eddie, you play some defense on him? Okay, now wait a second. What's the first thing Bill mentioned? All right, you have to get closer to him. You have to be able to touch his chest, all right? Now, Bobby, in this case, is left-handed, so Eddie, you should have your right foot forward, take a half step to your right, and deny his trying to go to his left, because Bobby's a left-handed player. All right? Okay.
See how far away the defender moves from his opponent? You must always stay within reach, or you'll end up with your man going right past.
Now, when you're guarding him here, when you're guarding a man, you have your feet spread at a good distance so you can move either way, and your butt was low, which was good. But keep your arms wide, too. Keep your elbows out wide from your body. Whenever you're playing basketball, keep your elbows as wide as you can so that you can take up as much space as you possibly can. Too many players will play down like this, and they can't get up, and they get their arms blocked. They're unable to effectively complete the play.
Half step to your right. Deny his left hand. He wants to go that way. Okay, that was bad defense. He let a left-handed player go his strong direction, his favorite direction, which is to his left. Okay, let's switch up the offense and the defense. You go to offense and Bobby play defense. Put the pressure on him. Get back over, cut him off. At that time, he overcompensated, and you were too far overshifted to his right, and he spun on you.
In slow motion, you can really see what this player did wrong.
Now, if I'm guarding this gentleman here, I know he's a left-handed player, and he does get by me going to the basket, right?
Go slowly to the right.
Now, you can't play defense from behind the man. Once the man beats you, you have to, after he beats you, you've got to jump all the way back here, right? I'm not crossing my legs, and I'm not turning my back like this to get back. I'm from this position, jumping back, right? Or jumping forward, jumping back, and jumping forward. Being able to do moves like that, you know, will enable you to be a much more effective basketball player.
So beat him to this direction.
It also helps to be a little bit tall to play defense.
Behind your back.
Triple threat position, Sean.
Hold that ball in there. Be able to protect that ball.
Get the hand up underneath. The closer the man gets to the basket, the higher your hands have to go. When he's out here in the perimeter, your hands can be down in the dribbling position, right? But as he gets closer and closer, your hands have got to get higher and higher. Because the closer to the hoop, the greater the chance that he's going to be shooting the ball.
I cut him off. Okay, not too bad, Norman. You got to not hand hold so much. You can't hand check so much. Okay, Sean, let's have you play defense. Okay, wait. All right. Make a nice parallel step. Okay, take a half step, but a little bit closer. Deny that right hand. There you go. Put some pressure on him. Now back over. Now back up on him. All right, pretty good. And that's the basics of individual man-to-man defense. A very important aspect, in fact, perhaps the most important of defensive basketball is playing defense before your man gets the ball. Okay, we've gone over some of the defense when your man has the ball, but in order to really be an effective defensive player, you have to make him get the ball in positions where he's uncomfortable or where he does not want it. Okay, so Bill's going to be playing defense on Sean here in the low post position with the ball at the top of the key, and he's going to try and deny the ball into the low post. He's going to try and keep his man from getting the ball too easily.
Okay, again, I start in my defensive position here that we've talked about a lot. The most important thing is that I see the ball all the time. Playing defense away from the ball requires you to have vision. We call it man and ball. See the man and ball every time, each and every play, all right? And you're able to do that by just touching your man a little bit with your hand that's furthest away from the ball while your near arm is blocking the passing lane. So we'll do a little demonstration here. I'll be trying to deny Sean the ball, trying to receive it in the pop-out position. All right?
Only if you see him open.
Okay, now once he's got it, I'm in my basic defensive positioning again that I established previously, where you are arm's distance away, all right?
Anytime in a game, if you can make your man have to work that hard to get the ball, you've done more than your job, because you're helping your team by denying that pass in there. If you can make him work for 5 or 10 seconds to get the ball, you're accomplishing your goal.
It's very important when you're guarding a man like this not to get reversed or backdoored to the basket. All right, so if Sean comes out here and I'm playing too high, it makes it real easy for him just to go backdoor, get the ball, and make the layup. All right, so as a defensive player, I have to guard against that. So basically, my main goal is to make him receive the ball going away from the basket, make it as difficult for him to receive as possible. But what happens in a situation when he's got me out here, I'm up very tight, and he does backdoor, right? I have to use an open-up position where I open up back to the ball, pivoting back, the same pivots that we use in a lot of other basketball moves, opening up and knocking the ball down. Don't try to steal the ball so much. Just try to flick it away. Now we'll show that reverse play and the defensive pivot that the man uses to execute that play.
Okay, once again, if he gets backdoor, he opens up so that he can see the flight of the pass coming to his man and react accordingly. Bill, why don't you do it one time with the incorrect footwork and see how easy it would be to complete that backdoor pass. All right. If he loses sight of the passer, of the ball, he's then more easily backdoored, and a variety of passes will succeed.
Notice how Bill turns the wrong way and the ball gets by him. Now you see how Bill opens up to the ball and breaks up the play.
Okay, once again, you want to be up high on your man. You got to see the ball also. All right, pretty good job. Pretty good job. Don't just see your man, though. You have to be able to see both. You have to be able to see both.
Very, very important when you're in this position. You don't have to watch your defensive man. Too many players think they have to just be riveted right in here all the time. You don't have to look there at all, just out of the corner of your back eye. Mostly see the ball and figure out what that person is going to do so that you can knock down the pass. All right?
Okay.
Open up.
We talked about that open up pivot. Okay, let's go through it in slow motion. Bill, why don't you help him to go over that pivot now? Ed, take him up to the red line. Take him up high.
He's up here. You've gotten beat, and you know you've gotten beaten bad. You've got to come back this way.
You've got to open up.
It's not this way, and it's not turning around this way and coming this way. It's one big pivot off your back foot. Here, throw this arm back, all right?
So you just go through it in slow motion, Norm. And he starts to go back.
Pivot back.
There you go.
Good job.
One more time, live action.
Good. Okay.
Pretty good defense. Pretty good defense.
Most important, see the ball, man and ball all the time.
Often in the game of basketball, you're going to find yourself in a position on the court when you're being guarded by a taller, bigger, more physical, stronger player, and you're going to have to be able to execute offensively against that player, okay? We're going to set up the situation here now in the low post where Bill's going to start out with the ball just to execute some of the pivots involved against Sean, and then Sean's going to turn it around because a more realistic situation would be if Sean were confronted with a bigger, more physical player like Bill. Okay, let's have Bill start with the ball, and you'll see that the first thing he tries to do, all right, is not let Sean, who in this case is a bigger, stronger type player, muscle him up, not let him control him with his body or with his arms. So the first thing that Bill wants to do when he gets the ball in this situation is to make an inside pivot, a reverse pivot through his man to force his man to back up so that he can use his quickness against him. Okay, what you don't want to do is be pinned in by the strength and bulk of the defender. So you've got to create that space so that you can execute your move. Okay, that's pivoting that way. You can also pivot in the other direction. Okay, pay attention to the footwork. The pivot is back into the man to make him back up and give you that space to operate. Okay, why don't you just execute some of the moves after you make that pivot?
Yes, and the real key is to get the big man, the big slow man moving. Get him moving one way and come back the other way. Whoa.
You got to back up.
Why don't you try that on me now? Make me back up now. Oops.
Okay, Sean in that instance did not scare Bill with the fake through the basket. You've got to drop, when you pivot, you've got to drop that foot all the way through. Make him think that you're going to blow by him. Make him give up some ground.
Do an inside pivot to make me drop back.
All right, but you got to make a quicker move after you make that pivot. That was a good pivot.
Don't drop the ball way down low. Keep it in the triple threat position all the time.
All right, good strong move.
When you're playing offense against the bigger, stronger, and slower defender, remember to turn into your opponent. Make him give ground.
Why don't we bring out some of the girls and let them try this?
Okay, Mary, we're going to start in your basic triple threat position. Let's see that inside pivot. All right. All right, that time, Tuia did not respond to that first fake, so you went right by her. Let's see it one more time. Get up on her, Tuia, make her, there you go. Okay, good move. Let's switch it up and have Tuia on offense now. Start from that position now. Okay, excellent pivot, but you took steps on the first, before the first dribble. Okay, watch that footwork. Okay, good job of trying to use your quickness.
Again, this is the type of pivot where you're going to use and the type of move that you're going to use against a slower player, one that you want to get on the move and then come back the other way on them.
Let's go back and look at what we've learned in these 3 programs on the power basics of basketball. Remember the triple threat position. Weight balanced, head up, knees bent, arms above your waist. When you dribble, keep your dribbling elbow close to your body. Protect the ball with your body. Bounce the ball waist high. Dribble with your fingers. For the chest pass, step toward your target and snap the ball with your wrists so that the back of your hands face each other. For the bounce pass, the ball should hit about 2/3 of the way to your target. Put reverse spin on the ball and make it come in at waist level. When shooting, remember that the shot begins with your legs. Keep your elbows in and follow through as if you're reaching over the rim of the basket. The index finger is the last thing to touch the ball. Always square your shoulders to the basket. For the bank shot, aim at the side of the square on the backboard about 6 inches above the basket. For the layup, plant, go straight up, lay the ball on the glass. The hook shot should always start with a jump stop. Turn, step to the basket, and follow through. Set your screen on the man, not the position, and open up to the ball. When on defense, stay balanced. Maintain correct distance from your opponent. You should be able to touch his chest. Never cross your feet. Use the defense shuffle. Force the man with the ball to go to his weaker side. When rebounding, always assume the basket will be missed and position yourself properly. Catch the ball with 2 hands at the top of the jump. Bring the ball down into the triple threat position. When you're playing offense against the bigger, stronger, slower defender, remember to turn into your opponent. Make him give ground.
Bill, give us your ideas about concentration and how you get ready.
Walt, I like to visualize the game before I ever even play it. You know, I will see each and every play throughout the entire game that I think is going to happen. I will have my goals set out for each game, and then I will try to make those happen during the game. But after I visualize them in the 24 hours or however much time I have in the time preceding the game, I will analyze what I want to try to do, what my opponent's going to try to do, not only as an individual, but in the team concept as well. And in that time, I'm seeing all the pivots, all the execution of the fundamentals that I'm going to use, that I could possibly use in any given situations, so that when the game is actually played, it's more of a reaction rather than thinking and analyzing it at the time it's actually being played. Now, as a player who plays often without the ball, I have to be able to visualize myself getting that ball each and every time, off rebound, loose balls, block shots, things like that. I concentrate on the things before the game is played, on what I'm going to be doing, so that I can execute them perfectly because I've practiced beforehand and get the job done in the quickest and most efficient, effective manner.
Greg, you have the ball. You had the ball in the game when you were a player, so you have different responsibilities. What do you have to concentrate on?
Well, concentration, Walt, for me, was really trying to not just think about the ball and my man and my own individual game, but was to try and incorporate the actions and movements and the openings, possibilities of everybody else involved on the court. As a backcourt player, as a guard, it's your job not just to score points and get a couple of assists, but to involve everybody in both the offensive and defensive flow of the game. And that also takes a lot of preparation before the game in terms of analyzing which players are going to be open or have opportunities at specific spots on the court. And then you have to really, I think, emphasize the correct play each and every time down the court. Don't try to make 2 or 3 great plays at once, but just try to make the sound, fundamental, correct play to the open man at that time. And the statistics, the balance should pay off in the end if you just concentrate on those basics.
I think that the 2 areas where concentration is very, very important are defense and rebounding. And you have to concentrate and have a desire to do it. And you can't rebound and play defense without having your spirit ready to do it. If you're a rebounder, you can't say, well, the ball will come to me. You must pursue the ball. And that's what you always did, Bill. And as a guard, I have to look at matchups. I have to look at who is most effective against other players and put him in a position so that our team can come out on top. Concentration could be 75, 80, 90, 95% of the game. It's a very, very important part. And it doesn't start when you walk on the floor. It starts before.
Basketball is a game of teamwork, a game better played with a knowledge of the fundamentals. Bill, Walt, and Greg were always good players before they went to UCLA to study under John Wooden. But what they learned in college made them great. If you practice hard and learn the basics, the power basics of basketball, you may someday be a great player too.